Greg here for Party Foul, got Scott behind the camera, and I do another quick video on Una 2 and some of the things that she brings to the table that you may not be aware of. She has two innate abilities on the back of her main card, and those are Birds of Prey, and this one's pretty important. While in Una's control range, okay, that means that the Skarsfeld Griffins that have extended control range, that means if they're 28 inches away from Una, they still benefit from Birds of Prey. Griffin Warbeasts in her battle group gain Flank, another Griffin in Una's battle group. So when a model with Flank, another Griffin in Una's battle group, makes a melee attack against an enemy model in the melee range of another Griffin in Una's battle group, the model with Flank becomes +2 to attack rolls and gains an additional damage die. So this makes the birds, once they've got another bird engaging the enemy model, makes them very accurate and gives them an excessive sort of damage output from their point cost. The other ability that's kind of important, is a little more situational, but in certain matchups is gold, is Hawker. When in this model's command range, Warbeast in its battle group with Flight gains Sprint. So that means that at the end of their activation, if they killed an enemy model with a melee attack, they can make a full advance. And her command range is 8 inches. So if she's going to do that, she has to be fairly far up the table to kind of make them benefit from that. But against a lot of melee armies that don't have the range threat, and because she has Wind Wall, so she can't be targeted, or she can't be directly hit, they're automatically missed. Ranged weapons that do not have magic ability automatically miss. So unless they have like good boosted blast damage or something like that, she can play pretty aggressively, move up the table on her feet turn, and get her Griffins in there. They kill stuff, and then they sprint onto something else that's also more important. So I'm going to go down and give you kind of an example of how this works, and just so you have a visual sense of how it works. And then I'll talk briefly about how you can attempt to avoid it.
Greg's gonna go down.
Okay, so down here we have a bunch of birds and a couple of enemy models. There's a heavy and some infantry model or something like that. It's not actually Dahlia. She hasn't actually done her little whistle thing that means I can't attack her or something.
I think it's only warrior models.
Is it only warrior models now?
I think it always was warrior models.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, so we're down here. We're going to talk about the two innate abilities and how they kind of work on the tabletop. So we're going to start with Una. She's going to advance up to make sure that the pertinent models are within her command range, so that when her friendly models advance and kill something, they're going to be in her command range so they can sprint. She's going to primal and Hand of Fate number 4 Griffin, because his main job is going to be to kill his heavy. And this guy's job is going to go over here, kill a couple of screening infantry models, and then sprint onto the heavy to gain, for this guy to have flank. So we do him first. He flies over here, punches some infantry model guy, kills him. Then he gets, because he killed an infantry model while he's in Una's command, he gains sprint. He sprints over here to engage the heavy. And now I can activate the primal guy. He charges or advances into melee range of the heavy. And with primal, Hand of Fate, and flank, he will probably kill that heavy without much trouble. Flank is a super powerful ability on these guys, and Una does not have to be this far forward for them to benefit from it. She could be like way back at the edge of the table. It ups their damage output and their accuracy way beyond their sort of point cost. I've played a number of games where 2 birds have killed a gargantuan, whether it be an archangel or a mountain king.
It's true.
And I think I put 3 birds into a world wrath and came up short on it. The important abilities are flank, and something that we've kind of discovered, and I think the internet's kind of discovered, is that Glacier King's Animus, if you end your activation within 2 inches of it, 3 inches of it, you get knocked down, and flank requires another bird to have melee range on the target. So when he's knocked down, he doesn't have a melee range, so it shuts down flank and makes the Glacier King extremely difficult to kill, if not almost impossible to kill. It would require the use of the heavy in the list if somebody has it, like a pure blood or that type of thing. Sprint is very powerful in that if you want to kill the stuff that's kind of jamming up your opponent's list, or you just want to like kill something and then you're going to get that Griffin onto a heavy, then it's a way for that Griffin to do some work and also basically get the effect of running that turn. On her feet turn, if you're triggering sprint, they still get the feet benefit for the speed. So that's +2 speed. That means they can advance 9 inches, kill some stuff, and then sprint another 9 inches to go jam up some other important stuff. And because it's under feet, you won't be able to attack them with melee. And that's also a big problem. So those are 2 abilities. So that's 2 abilities that Una has that are very important to the way that she plays. More so the flank than the sprint, but the sprint, the more experienced I'm getting with Una, the the more sort of important it gets. What can you do to try to counter that? It can be very difficult because, like I said, with her feet, the griffins can run 18 inches, so that if they need flank on something, they're probably going to be able to get it. Probably the best way to deny flank is to put stuff around your heavies. So if you have small base infantry or medium based infantry or something like that that can take up space around the heavy to deny flanking space, then that's also very good. So you just place your models around so that you can't fit 2 birds in, then you can deny the flank. And without flank, their damage output drops quite dramatically, and 1 bird will not kill a heavy. Another way to kind of counter the sprint thing is just to threaten Una. She tends to want to spend a lot of her fury, and she's only usually camping 1, maybe 2, and with wind wall up. So if you have some way to effectively threaten her, that's a good way to make her play back further so that she can't benefit from the sprint. I know I played one game and I was playing against Haley 2 and she feated and Una was outside of the feat. And I was like, I need to kill some of these storm lances and then go and engage the second line of storm lances. So I just ran with Una, dropped a bunch of fury and ran to get like 4 or 5 griffins in her command range, killed the storm lances that they were engaging, and they sprinted to go engage additional stuff. So it is a situationally brilliant sort of ability, and it can be difficult to threaten Una because she can hide behind a house or a forest or something like that, and everything's in her control range, and she can be completely helping out. But if you can threaten her at all, then you can shut down the potential sprinting and further engaging and that type of thing. So those are the 2 crazy abilities that Una has. Watch out for other videos on this crazy ass chick. I was going to say something nasty, but
You love her too much to do that.
I do. It's true. She's amazing.